Have you heard of steak and kidney pie? It is a British classic. If you haven't, stick around. I'm going to show you how to make it today. If you're a bit squeamish of kidneys, just leave them out. But trust me, you're going to want to put them in. It's absolutely delicious. We're going to make a rich gravy with some Guinness to give it some real body. And I'm going to show you how to top the pie with a beautiful rough puff pastry. So stay tuned. We're going to show you all the little tips and tricks on this one. Let's get making some pies. Or one pie, actually. Let's go.
So we're going to start by dicing up an onion. We're going to use a medium onion. Now you can see I'm using my knuckles there as a guide, so you will not cut yourself. Trust me, practice makes perfect. Go across the middle like that, slice through, and you'll have a nice diced onion. We don't need to go ultra fine, so that's a bonus. Run your knife through it, set that aside, and then we're going to dice up 2 sticks of celery. Top them, tail them, slice them into some long batons like this, and then just cut them up. And we'll keep them a little bit chunky. Again, this one doesn't need to be ultra fine. And then we're going to get ourselves a lovely big carrot like this and do the same thing with that. Give it a nice little slice. Chop this down into some manageable pieces. So what I do is I cut it in half. Then you're going to slice these into batons, and then we're just going to dice these up. They don't need to be absolutely perfect. Once you've done that, set it aside, and we're going to need about a tablespoon of rosemary and thyme. Chop that up, set it aside, and all your veg prep is done. Now onto the meat.
Now let's talk about the most squeamish part of this dish that you're going to find, and that's the kidneys. If you can track these down, trust me, you want to get them. I'll show you how to prep them. They're not that hard. If you are a bit squeamish, don't worry, you can leave these out and just stick with the beef. But kidneys is where it's at. Lots of nutrients. Absolutely delicious. Right, let's get prepping these.
So start by cutting out the kind of white, fat, veiny part right there. Use your scissors, chop along, pull it back as you go, and it will come out just like that. Okay, get rid of that. Now you can see each kidney is pretty much portioned for you. Follow those little seams, those lines, and just cut a kidney off as you go. We need 350 grams in total. Now on the back of each one there's some more veining there, so just slice that out, or you could just use your scissors and chop that out, and then just cut them into bite-sized pieces like this. Okay, once you've chopped those all up, put them in a bowl, and then we're going to slice up our stewing beef. You can get this from the supermarket or the butcher. Cut it into bite-sized pieces. That is your meat prep done. Now we've got one more thing to do for this. We're going to coat them in a little bit of flour. So just get some flour, bit of salt, bit of pepper, toss your beef through this, and then shake off the excess and set that aside. This will help with the browning and the thickening of the sauce. And we're going to do the same thing with the kidneys, but we're going to pimp them up. So we're going to add a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, but a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder, and the same for cayenne pepper. That's going to give them a nice little bite. Do the same thing that you did with your beef. Put your kidneys in, shake off the excess, set them aside, and now let's get searing this. I'll show you what we're going to do on the stove. We're going to get 2 pans on the go. I'm going to use a Dutch oven to cook everything in. So we're going to saute our veg in that first. So get that hot, and then get your other pan hot for the beef. We're going to go hard and fast. So we're going to put some oil in, put our veg in, mix that round, and that's going to cook for a total of about, I would say, 8 minutes or so on a low to medium heat. We don't want to brown it. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. We're just going to sweat it down. On our other pan now, we're going to add some oil and butter, get that foaming, and then add in your beef and just sear it till it's a nice brown like this. Very nice indeed. Okay, once you've done that, flip that all round, same thing on the other side, and then set that aside. You're going to add more oil and butter as you go. Now for the kidneys, it's the same deal as before. Get some butter in there, get it foaming, and then add your kidneys and give them a nice little sear. Nothing too crazy. If you need a bit more butter like this, just bang it in. It all helps. Okay, once you've got that nice little browning color, set that all aside, and then after the veg has been stewing for about 8 minutes, we're going to add all that beef and meat back into it. Give that a nice little mix around. Then we're going to add about 350 mils of stock of your choice. I'm using brown chicken stock. And then we're going to add a whole can of Guinness. Get that open and start pouring it in. Well, almost a whole can. You've definitely got to have a little sip of this and when you're making it. Okay, give that little mix through, chuck in a couple of bay leaves, add a cup of water, bring that up to the boil, lid on, and then we're going to put that in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 2-ish hours, or until the meat is nice and tender. While that's happening, I'll show you how to make rough puff. 250 grams of all-purpose flour into a bowl with a nice generous pinch of salt, about half a teaspoon. Sift that all through, and then we're going to add 250 grams of cold diced butter. Important that it is very cold, so make sure it's cold. And then add 125 mils of ice cold water. Very important that it's cold. Okay, ice cold that is. Now just mix that through with your hands like this. You're just crunching it all together until it forms a loose dough. Then you're going to put it out onto a board, lightly flour it, and then we're just going to gently knead this until the butter's kind of incorporated. We don't need to get it super smooth. Now I'm going to transfer this to the surface here because the board's actually picking up a lot of the butter and dough. So once you've got it into a rough kind of ball like this, give it a little spank. Always a pleasure just to give the dough a little spank. Wrap this up, put it into the fridge for about 30-35 minutes or so until it's nicely chilled. Then we're going to start rolling it out and fold this twice. So start by just tampering the dough like this, just pressing it down. Flour the top, and basically what we're trying to do is roll this out with some gentle movements. You're going to go forward and backwards. Start from the middle, go to the top. You can flip it on its side as well, and we want to make sure it's a nice rectangle. So use your hands, sides, and then we're just going to roll again. Roll from the top, roll from the middle, roll to the bottom. Fold over the top third into the middle like this, and then fold over the bottom third just over the top like this. Press that down, flour your surface, flip that 90 degrees, seam side down like this, and then re-roll again from the top, middle, and bottom. Working slow movements as you go. You can flip it to the side as well like this. So once we've got it to this length, just tuck in the sides, make sure it's nice and neat. Use your bench scraper there. And then just roll that out a little bit longer, nothing too crazy. Then fold over the top third into the middle and fold over the bottom third into the middle as well. And at this stage, you're going to make a little indentation. We're just going to get our fingers and in the bottom right hand corner, just make 2 little dots. That lets us know which way to put it when we take it out the fridge, and also that it's had 2 turns and 2 folds. You could even draw a smiley face there too if you like. Okay, after that's been in the fridge for 30 minutes, okay, still with me? Now we're going to take those 2 dots that we saw before, put them to the bottom right of us, and then do the same thing all over again. Fold it out until you get it to that kind of shape, and then we're going to fold over the top third into the middle, and the same for the bottom third. Give that a little press down, and it's had 3 turns and 3 folds. Okay, flour the top, 90 degrees, flip down, and then seam side down, and then roll and do the same thing over until we get it to this kind of nice length. Make sure you've got a good shape, and then we're just going to fold over the top third into the middle, and you guessed it, the bottom third into the middle. Gently roll that, and that is our rough puff done. Now this is 600 grams of rough puff because I'm just about to weigh this. That's how I know that. And what we're going to do is we're going to split this in half because I need 300 grams. So you can see lovely layers there, absolutely glorious. Wrap one half in cling film, put it in your freezer for whenever you need it, and the other half we're going to let it chill for 30 to 40 minutes before we roll it out. Now our beef's been in for about 2 hours, 20 minutes, and I've stirred it a few times as I've gone along, and you can see it's looking absolutely glorious. That beef is super tender. Yum, yum, yum. Now get some Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce. Put a few good glugs into it, mix it round, and then your beef stew is done. Now put that into your pie dish and let that chill down. Very important you do this step when it's cold. Otherwise, if you put your pastry on, it will not rise properly. Trust me on this one.
So we got our pie filling here, been in the fridge overnight, and we're just going to roll out the pastry. So you can split this up. You can make this one day, and then in another couple of days you can make your pastry, keep it in the freezer, take it out for when you need it. So let's get rolling our top of this pie. So get yourself a little egg wash. You're just going to need 1 egg yolk and about a teaspoon of water. And that will just help you get a really nice finish on your top. When you're doing your egg, make sure you get all that little stringy white bit off. No white, just the yolk. That way you get a really nice egg wash. You've got 300 grams for the top here. Just going to lightly flour this. Get a bit of flour onto this. And go back and forth with it.
Take your time with this. If it sticks a little bit, just keep adding a bit of flour. All we're trying to do is roll this out to about 3 inches bigger either side of our pie dish. If you need to shape it up like this, you can do, so you get yourself a nice kind of a uniform rectangle. If it goes a little bit all over the place, do not worry. Add a bit more flour like I said. Now get your pie dish. You can see it's about 3 inches either side roughly. That looks pretty good. Set that aside. Egg wash the rim of your pie dish. Go down about 1 inch or so along the sides. That's going to help this pastry stick quite nicely. Drape it over. Make sure it's not too tight. If it's touching the meat, that's perfect. Trim off a little bit of the excess as you go. Do not throw that out. You can save that. Crimp along the edges just so it has a nice little seal. I'm just going to freeze that for another day, or you can decorate. Now get your egg wash. I'm going to put 1 layer on first, not too thick. So just put this on, take your time, and then once that's covered all over, put it in the fridge for 20 minutes, let it chill, and then put on a second coat of egg wash. This is going to make sure you get a banging finish on your pie. Make a little hole in the center of your pie just to allow for some steam and ventilation. Put this on a tray and bake it in a preheated oven set to 420 Fahrenheit for about 30 to 45 minutes until it's golden brown and piping hot in the middle. Just look at that.
Okay, so we got a steak kidney pie fresh out the oven. Beautiful pastry. Time to cut this bad boy open.
Use your knife to cut off a bit of the pastry first so you know how much of a portion you need. This will feed about 6 people quite generously. Get it on your plate. Don't forget to scoop out what's left in the pie dish. Oh my.
So we've got beautiful steak and kidney pie. I mean, just come on, look at that. Now you can serve this with a bit of mash, some veg on the side. Get a bit of everything. Get a bit of the kidney and a bit of the beef. Look at that. Ooh. Plenty flaky. The beef tender, kidneys are lovely, and the rough puff, super flaky. Banging, banging, banging. Right, perfect for winter. Okay, if you like this, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers.